Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. January 7, 2018 at 11:14 p.m. in Birmingham. And topic, I want to talk about slowly for a change. I talk too fast, right? Like I'm not country enough. Kidding. And that is what we're not getting out of the media today. Guys, I'm going on the premise of one thing that, and I do hear the fireman prophecy, and I hear the prophecy by the gentleman Kim Clements, the preacher that died in December a year ago, and they had the same message. He and the fireman, and they didn't know each other. So they were on to something, and the fireman, if you go listen to his prophecies, I believe that you're going to hear now. God always presents the a prophecy or a prophetic dream or vision to anyone. Not to anyone, but just to people. But he shows most times the whole vision or the whole dream. Well, that's not to give away the exact date of the rapture of the church. So when God gives the vision or the dream, and he said Trump is going to be president, and then I don't know if he specifically said for 2 terms. I don't know if any of them got that message that it was for 2 terms. But he did say he'd be president. And to be honest, I'm not sure if he said for a full term or not. I don't know. I've not heard anything specific stating that he'll be here 4 years and reelected. But I do hear people talking about he'll be elected by 400 electoral votes, which would be the biggest ever for any president. So I don't know. I'm just hearing, and I think most people are talking, well, in a fair case scenario, not worse, not the best, but in a fair case, because of all the red states who have gone for him and those blue states that are today leaning toward Trump because they're fed up with the media. The media's ticking everybody off. They're losing all credibility. And the problem with that is it's beginning to set a world standard. The media, the news that you hear in other countries are also lying to their own people. Now, remember how many times HAMMAS, the Gaza Strip, how many times have these Abbas, how many times have they sat down together to have a meeting for a peace treaty? And from 1967, even before that, they were offered deals that was today, well, they were deals that was the best they could get, and they'll never improve on that. And now today they say, well, we would take that if you would offer it to us. And Netanyahu says that was off the table a long time ago. That's never coming back. But then our country give Hamas, the Gaza Strip, millions to billions of dollars to help rebuild their infrastructure. And what do with it? They start digging tunnels over to Israel so they can carry more bombs over there. So Hamas will lie to your face to get what they want, just as North Korea lies to our face to get what they want through Clinton, through Bush, through Obama. Just pay me and I'll shut up for a while. Each president will get that. And not only us, but other countries. So what is it that they're doing? They're lying to you. And just as our media is doing today, they're lying to you. Our media didn't start the lying standard. It was the terrorists and those on the Islamic world that started these lies. And of course, whether Hitler was Islamic or not, he lied. All these people who were dictators lied to all their people. Every dictator there ever was lied to the people. And after they got in power, they killed millions and tens of millions of people. And nothing, just like North Korea, they've done the same thing. China has done the same thing. But it's all lying. There's no conscience anymore of anyone. That's the new standard. And it is our media that is holding that standard up to its highest above other countries. To me, our media is no better than Hamas or to the Iranian leader. They're no better. They're the same as. They'll lie to you to get what they want. So our media has lost faith, or our country has lost faith in our media. And I think that every station where they continue to tell lies, I think they should crash and burn. I do think they should lose it all. Just like a bad businessman that'll go out and own a shop or a garage and pour oil somewhere, pour some water somewhere, and tell somebody they got something broken and charge them hundreds of dollars to fix it. The media's doing the same thing. They're lying to you. They're causing you to pick up this habit. If it's okay for them to lie, then it's okay for you to lie. So what's the difference? They get by with it and get away with it. Well, we need to hold them to a standard and not do as they do. That is stupid. Do as I say, but don't do as I do. That's what they're telling you. But they're lying. And by lying, they are creating a false narrative. And that goes a long way into a spiritual part of this world as well as the physical part of this world. They can mislead people easy and cause people to lose their, well, you can't cause a person to lose their salvation once they get it, but you can certainly divert someone from getting salvation if they haven't got it yet. And do it by your lies. By Joel Osteen not telling you that Jesus is the only way. And Oprah Winfrey, she says, oh, there's a bunch of ways to heaven. And the Mormons out in Utah, oh, there's a bunch of ways to heaven. And one day you'll be a God. Well, that's the same thing that Muhammad said about Allah. Well, there's only one God. There's only one Lord and Savior. But according to these people, they'll have you believing everything else is possible. You don't need just this Lord and Savior, Jesus. You don't need just him. Just quit being bad and be good. Well, even the liberals won't do that. And it's hard to believe that they're saved. A saved person who is responsible for the hurting another will answer to God for that. And a person who's not saved would be responsible for people not accepting Christ. Then there's a punishment for that, a severe punishment, because if you turn people away from God and they fail to accept Christ and lose their soul on the lying liberals' behalf, then I'd say that lying liberal's in a lot of trouble. I mean, for eternity, not just for a little while. They need to straighten up and fly right, because they're hurting millions. And the end result is they're hurting hundreds of millions and maybe causing millions of people to not receive salvation because of the lies they tell. And that's it. It's a fact. Jody Wolf, Expoz.